Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 5 to 6 misconceptions that people have about dissolution of marriage in Nigeria. And this is according to my experience as a family law lawyer. By filing divorce for people, this is what I have seen, the misconception, what people think divorce is all about, which is not true. So that is what I want to talk about in this video. By the way, my name is Mary and I'm a practicing lawyer in Nigeria. On my channel, I share videos to educate the general public. If you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, if you're watching my video for the very first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel. I have other content that would benefit you, that will educate you. So please do well to subscribe. So the number one misconception I would love to talk about is that a woman will automatically be entitled to the man's property. Well, this seems like what based on my experience, what many women are always after when they want to file for dissolution of marriage, particularly when the man acquire properties during the marriage. Probably they got married, there was nothing, the man does not have a car, does not have any property, landed property, and during the marriage, they were able to, the man acquired cars, lands, and things like that. So the woman is always like, how can I get some of this to myself? But it is not automatically. People often think is an automatic thing, probably because of how it's been done in some other countries. But for Nigeria, yes, you can be entitled to those property. The court can make pronouncement on such, but it is not automatic. You need to prove either financially or morally that you supported that man. Oftentimes, if you can prove financially, that will give you more. That will make the court to grant the application. Oftentimes, if you can prove financially, but in some situations, in few situations, I have seen where a court grants such request, such order based on moral support. Okay, so that is number one. Number two is that you do not need to have a reason to file for divorce. That is not correct at all. So people will call me, brief me, and tell me I fell out of love and I just want to file divorce. It is not a grant under the 8 grants that we have for divorce in Nigeria. You need to have something more germane before you can tell you falling out of love. The court will tell you that go back, go and rekindle that love. The court will not grant you a dissolution of marriage based on the fact that you fell out of love. However, when an applicant or a potential petitioner mention the fact that he fell out of love, definitely there should be reasons for that. Probably some character of the man or the woman. There will always be facts. So those facts we can put it under any of the 8 grants that we have in Nigeria. If I have videos on divorce already, and I recorded a series on the 8 grants for divorce in Nigeria, 8 facts that you need to prove for divorce. Not everything, you need to prove just one or two for you to get your divorce granted in Nigeria. Okay, so when someone say, oh, I fell out of love, definitely we should be able to see certain reason. Oh, the woman committed adultery, or the man drinks a lot, the man does not save, things like that. So we'll be able to find a ground under which those facts can fit in. Okay, but to just come and say I just no longer like the man, or I no longer like the woman, for many for many don't let me say many, for few people I've seen, ladies, they come and say they fell out of love, probably the man is no longer doing well. Okay, so that is not a grant, that is not germane enough according to the law. But like I said, there can be, one can still brainstorm, not to lie or bring facts together. To just make the woman talk more, the man talk more. Okay, how did you come to this situation, to this position? And then we'll be able to see the facts we can put before the court. Number three is that the court will automatically grant the custody of the children to the woman. That is incorrect. In a lot of situation, the court often grant custody to the man, even a child as little as 5. Yes, because oftentimes you will see women always feeling they are my children, particularly, and the child is still under 5. That is not correct. If the court gets to know fact that the woman is wayward or the woman doesn't have time and things like that, the court will not hesitate to grant the custody to the man, the husband, or a third party, maybe an uncle or aunt that can take care of the children. So it is not correct to feel the children will automatically be awarded to the woman, except, of course, if the woman and the man are on the same page that, well, you can have the custody, but I want access. That is, maybe on weekends or holidays, I want access to the kids to take them out to just bond with them. The fourth misconception is that a petitioner or a respondent can remarry while the divorce proceeding, divorce application is still on. That is incorrect. Very, very incorrect. As a matter of fact, if you have a pending divorce application out there or proceeding going on, probably there is strike or the court is not sitting or anything at all, and it's taking longer than you expected, that does not mean you can remarry, because the new marriage will be void ab initio until when the court make a pronouncement that your marriage has been dissolved. That is when you get an order we call decree nisi. And after about 3 months, you get decree absolute. Until when that order becomes absolute, you do not have, can I use the word that you do not have a right to remarry, because that new marriage will be void ab initio. So, in essence, you cannot remarry until when the divorce is concluded. So that is the fourth point. I lost count of the number. I don't know whether this is the fourth or the fifth point, is that divorce can be concluded in a year. That's maybe like that is quite possible, but not in all cases. It's just once I've handled a divorce application that was concluded in a year, and that was because the parties are on the same page. And another reason is that I filed at a place where I know that they don't have much cases. I mean, virtually every month, the case, we appear before the court virtually every month. In Lagos, you see a divorce, like an application appearance can be today, and the next appearance can be in another 3 months because of how can I put it now? They have a lot of cases in those jurisdictions. But when we go to some jurisdictions that are not the main, I mean, not the, how can I put it now? Some outskirts of the states. I've mentioned in my videos before that you can file divorce anywhere in Nigeria. It doesn't have to be the state where you had the court marriage. Okay, so divorce is not in all situation. Let me say it's only in few situations that you can get it done in 1 year, and probably one of the reason will be that parties are on the same page to dissolve the marriage. They are not fighting over anything, probably property or children, custody of children, and the fact that it's being filed at a place where they have lesser cases. Okay, at a particular jurisdiction where they have lesser cases. Those are the factors that I know, excuse me, that can make a divorce application get fast. You can see divorce application 2 3 years, in Lagos 4 years sometimes. Okay, so it is a misconception to think in 1 year you can get everything done with. Okay, so the fifth point, I guess this is the fifth point now, is that when you have adultery as a basis for dissolution of marriage, the party who is guilty of it will be jailed for that, for adultery. That is incorrect, and this is it. Yes, a person can be jailed, but for you to get that, you need to have a separate application. That is, will be for bigamy. Because oftentimes we see adultery. Adultery can happen. That is, the man and your estranged partner. Let me say the man now, for example. Let's say Mr. Hay has committed, according to your fact, has committed adultery. Okay, yes, that is a grant for dissolution of marriage. That is a grant for the court to make the marriage between, to make a pronouncement that there is no longer marriage between you and that person. Okay, but that will not make the court to sentence him to 7 years imprisonment. If you want if you want to take that, apply that other route to get the person jailed, what you need to do is to file something different that we call bigamy, which is a criminal offense. Okay, so your application for dissolution of marriage cannot grant you divorce and now grant you bigamy. That's just the point. Bigamy is possible to get the person jailed according to the law in Nigeria, but it will be a separate application. That dissolution of marriage is civil and can only grant you dissolution of marriage and other reliefs like custody of children and division of settlement of properties. Okay, but in the sense that you're filing an application for divorce, you want your marriage to be dissolved and you want the person to be jailed, that can happen in one application. Okay, So the last point I'll be mentioning is that divorce is cheap. That is a misconception. It all depends on your definition of cheap. For example, somebody will have a status that is making a lot of money. If you charge the person a millionaire for divorce, it might be cheap to that person, and if it's charge another person a millionaire for it, definitely people will be like, why? I paid just 17,000 naira to get married at the registry. Why am I paying this much to dissolve it? It's a totally different thing. Where you got married, yes, it's quite cheap. But when it comes to divorce application, like I said earlier, it could take a year to get two, take three, and that way you file processes, the processes will be served, and you would always go to court to appear. Okay, so there is no fixed price for divorce in Nigeria. There is no fixed price, but the minimum I know that you can get in Nigeria, I mean, there are some people that they have a standard at nothing below 700. There are some firms that they have a standard at nothing below a million naira. But generally, I feel the minimum you can get is 500,000 naira. There's no fix. There is no, just like the way we draft documents and we often charge 10, 15%. That is something fixed, or something every lawyer, that like a guideline for every lawyer when it comes to drafting of documents. But when it comes to processes like this, there is no fixed amount, and many factors will be considered. Divorce, in essence, is not cheap. It all depends on your meaning, or how you see the figure. Okay, so that is basically all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.